Back to school for teachers and students across BC this week. Not quite the same, though, for those attending and teaching at Langara College. The school announced a third round of layoffs last week. 69 full-time continuing faculty received layoff notices. That's in addition to more than 150 faculty members who have already lost their jobs. And according to the college, staffing cuts have been in part because of a federal cap on international enrollment in Canada. Well, for more on this, we're joined by Pauline Greaves. She is the president of the Langara Faculty Association. Good morning, Pauline.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
I would like to wish you well for a brand new school year, but I guess that sentiment has perhaps been dulled somewhat by the news of more layoffs. What have you been told at the school?
That it will continue for a while, and it will impact all faculty, both instructional and non-instructional.
And do you know how soon that these cuts may come?
They've already started. We've lost already faculty who will not be starting this semester, and it goes until summer 2026.
And this would be the third round of layoffs then, is that right?
Correct.
And do we know how many people this will affect, this third round?
69 faculty had their letters last week.
Okay.
And it will continue over the next couple of weeks with the non-instructional faculty, such as librarians and those providing other services.
And how are these layoffs translating into a loss of programs for students?
Well, many of it will impact, it's not just laying off faculty, it's actually cutting programs. Many of the programs, for example, the business school is totally, they went from about 125 faculty, which include a number of different departments. And I believe they're down to like 15 or 20. And the rest, I suspect, will be gone by next summer.
And so we will see entire programs cut then?
Yes.
And where does that leave the school?
It makes it really difficult for our students, domestic students, who are the ones that the college is structured to provide programs to get the credentials that they need. We are a university transfer institution, and so it would make it incredibly difficult for students to actually come to Langara if they can't get the courses to transfer to UBC or SFU.
If the college is structured, as you say, to cater to domestic students, how is it that it became so reliant on revenue from international students?
It was a money grab, basically. The government basically saw an opportunity to have institutions have all this extra money that they could do anything with, and then they basically restructured many of their programs so that it would entertain international students. The government canceled the funding review that was supposed to take place to adequately fund colleges such as Langara. And because the revenue was really easy and they were charging double the amount of money that for international students to attend.
And this is the NDP government, the current government you're talking about.
Well, it started with the Liberal government. When Chrissy was in, basically, that was where the market opened to bring in a lot of international students. And then it just continued to roll. It was the NDP government that canceled the funding review.
And I mean, we know that other faculty layoffs have been made at other schools, KPU, VCC, North Island College, and more. Does this seriously diminish the capacity and the role of those colleges in your college?
Absolutely. It takes away the fact that we have an obligation to provide quality education, quality and affordable education to Canadians. And when you remove these types of programs, so if you look at the humanities, for example, they basically are not moneymakers. What the government forced the colleges or the education institutions to do was to decide on a business model where you could bring money in and you could offer all these different types of programs. The problem with it is that it doesn't provide a wholesome quality education for individuals. Not everybody can afford to go to UBC,
Right.
and not everyone should be going to UBC unless that's where they want to go. There are other options that are available, but the situation is put colleges into such a difficult situation. And I just want to clarify, it's not that the colleges don't have the money.
Hmm.
At Langara, there's $120 million sitting in surplus funds that were acquired as a result of having international students. But according to the college administrators, they're not able to use that money because the government hasn't given them permission to use it to stabilize the college
But
and to invest in education.
Pauline, we're just about out of time, but I want to ask you, I mean, it was the provincial government that got you where you are by pursuing international student recruitment. What is that government's responsibility now that that model has collapsed?
It has a responsibility to ensure that quality education continues and that these institutions that they made the opportunity and gave them the okay to accept those students, that they actually invest into those college, allow for them to be stabilized and provide quality post-secondary education.
Do you worry about the reputation of your institution?
I think that there's a challenge there. I think they need to show that education is really important and that it's above making dollars at the expense of domestic students.
Pauline, very good to hear you today. Thank you for taking our call. We appreciate it.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Take care. That is Pauline Greaves, the president of the Langara Faculty Association.